All right, good morning. Okay, it's a wet day today, but I think we're going to have a good clear day. You know, it rained last night. It's kind of wet and yucky. But anyway, I just want to share with you guys a couple of things that's going on the homestead here. I have 7 different berries that I'm growing on the homestead, and maybe I wanted to share that with you guys. Maybe it might be something you can consider, because you know all berries, you guys, you know they're loaded with antioxidants. Well, not all berries, but majority of the berries. The ones I'm gonna share with you about that I have. These berries are loaded with antioxidants. You know, they help with blood sugar. Insulin response. They helps with all that kind of stuff. Help with inflammation in the body, and that's a big thing with many people today. Is inflammation in our bodies is basically from the foods we eat, causing inflammation in our bodies, causing pain. We run to the doctor. We have to buy medicine. We have to buy Tylenol or whatever we got to get, and we doing all this stuff and because of the foods that we eat. And so you can incorporate these berries in your diet, and spider webs and stuff. But anyway, they also help lower cholesterol. They help fight against cancer. They help with skin problems, and there's a whole things with your arteries, with your heart. There's a whole slew of things that these berries help you with. Okay, so I'm gonna just start with I have 7 of them that I'm growing, and this is the first one here, and this started off as a little bitty thing last year, and it's growing nice, and it's kind of like in the partial sun, but as it gets taller here, it's gonna have a little bit more direct sun, and it'll probably help it grow even better. But this is a mulberry, and I had some mulberries on it last year for its first year, and I'm believing that this next spring coming up, I'm gonna probably do very well with the berries on it. So a mulberry. So the mulberry, you guys, you need to realize they contain high amount of vitamin C, and iron, and potassium, different vitamins. Somebody pulling up over here, and so the mulberry. So you need to consider that. There's different varieties. This is called a dwarf white. So it's supposedly not get as big, but it could still get 8 to 10 feet, you know, as a dwarf. You understand? And and it says it's a white, but the berries ain't white. The berries are black. I guess it's just I know it gets white flowers, and maybe that's why they call it the white. So I don't know if other mulberries get different color flowers or not. But anyway, this is a mulberry. It's beautiful, nice big leaves, and it's something really easy to grow. Like I said, last year I just stuck this little bitty tree here, and really I didn't think it was going to do good at all. And actually, it's really coming along nice. This summer here has really grown a lot. Looks good. So that's the first one. Now the second one I'd like to share with you is one that pretty much a lot of homesteaders are familiar with, is the elderberry. And I have that. I planted an elderberry here last year, and it's already got several different canes or whatever, I don't know what they call them on these, coming up out of it, and I've already cut some down because it spreads pretty good. But check out the berries on it. You can see the berries here. I need to harvest these berries off. They just finished actually turning black. And they are there. There's some more there. So this is its first year, and I've cut it down a lot, you guys, because it is pretty invasive in a way. It grows pretty wild, and it was covering over my banana tree right here, and so I cut a lot of it off because I didn't want didn't want my banana tree getting blocked because I want my banana trees to grow to their height. These are dwarf Cavendish. I know we're not talking about bananas, but they're supposed to grow about 7 to 9 feet, and I didn't want it blocking the sun, so I cut a lot off. So I'm going to be probably harvesting these elderberries and then cutting the tree back some, you know. But again, the elderberries, if you know anything about it, they contain a lot of antioxidants. Really help to boost your immune system. Like if you take this stuff and you make a syrup with it and just keep it in your pantry or whatever, you know, if you feel a little sore throat coming on or something happening like that, you could actually just start taking like a spoonful of it, and just watch how it just fights off all that kind of stuff. Like it helps fight off colds and flus and all that stuff. And another thing is oh, I see another section of them. I see there's some more berries down there, but they kind of not in the sun, so they still got some green in it. You know, the ones that are hitting the sun, they all turning black. So anyway, so I'm gonna be harvesting those hopefully today. But they got high levels of fiber in it too. So now my understanding, I don't know everything. I had some people say, well, no, you can eat the berries when they're black. They're poisonous when they're green. I've heard other people who say you can't eat them at all. You got to cook them, and that's the route I'm going to go. I'm not going to be eating them off the tree. I'm going to go ahead and cook them down and make a syrup, or probably a syrup this year. Next year, if I get more, I'll get into making maybe a jelly and all that kind of stuff. But the syrup is what I really, the whole reason I really started growing the elderberry. So that's berry number 2. Okay, so the next thing I have in my garden is pretty much right here. If you can see it, it's hard for me to see right now. I got a lot of sun. This little bush right here is a huckleberry. Okay, now huckleberry is kind of like they in the family of the blueberry. It's considered like a wild blueberry, you know, but they're really high in vitamin C, and they help, you know, again with the immune deficiencies, fight against colds and flus and things like that. And they also good for your cardiovascular disease. They also it's been known for them for prenatal health. They take huckleberries. And so they got a lot of and loaded with antioxidants, just like all the berries I'm going to be talking about. They all have that in common. They load it with antioxidants. They load it with things for inflammation in your body, things like that. But now it was a little small tree. It's grown a little bit, and I only had a few berries off of it last year. Not too many. It didn't produce a lot of berries last year. And I do have another one that I was thinking about maybe planting out here. It might need another one. I don't know. But it does have the blueberries I got out here in the front, and that would be the next one I'm talking about. I have a blueberry. This is a blue tiff, and I have 4 more over here, and they're all from the rabbit eye variety, but they're all different. Like I have the blue tiff, I have a Premier, a Brightwell, a powder blue, and I forgot the other one. I think it's an Austin, maybe. And I just this weekend got to work on this garden, and I got it kind of looking pretty nice. And I put a bunch of pine needles down in here, and I did that because the pine needles, they add acid to the soil. Let me see if y'all saw that pretty good. Get my camera going. Yeah, there it is. It looks pretty nice. And over here is where I have the other blueberry and the huckleberry, and I am going to be painting my border, getting all this. I'm going to be making a border all the way down, but I'm going to take an area right here and block this off here, and I'm going to fill this area with pine needles too, because that's where the blueberry are all, and I want to take that soil and make sure I keep it a little bit more on the acid side. And so that's what the pine needles will do. They'll add acid to it. And pretty much all these berries, I believe, like a little acidity in their soil. So the blueberry is another another one that's loaded with antioxidants, and they got a thing called photoflavonoids or something like that. It's full of those. I'm not really sure everything about that, but that's when you read up on it. It's full of those. It's high in potassium and vitamin C, and also again with the anti-inflammatory. I mean, it's just all around good berries. Now that's what I have growing in my front yard. So I have the mulberry, I have the elderberry, the huckleberry, and the blueberry. So that's 4 berries I got growing in my garden in the front. And so they just look like a bush, and then they'll get some flowers on it in the spring and give you some berries that you can pick off. But it doesn't look like a vegetable garden or a bunch of fruit trees or whatever, you know. So it's not too bad of something to plant in your front yard. What I'm trying to say, okay, to get you some to add some more space to grow some food. So I chose to do it in my front yard. I used to have them in containers in the back, but been running out of space there, so I went ahead and planted them in the front. And I think it looks pretty nice. This looks good, so I can't wait to get the rest of it done. So I'm probably going to be working on that this week for sure. And now the next berry I want to talk about is my blackberries. And if you've been watching me for a while, you see my blackberry patch. It's kind of hideous looking right now. I'm going to show it to you. But I started the day I was working on the front. I came over here and got started. And I started working and getting this cleared, because it's getting it clear. But if you look over here, it's pretty overgrown. But this is where I grow my blackberries, you guys. And I get tons of blackberries every year. I've been growing blackberries now for going on probably, I don't know, maybe 6 years now, 6 to 7 years. So I get a lot of berries, and I get a lot of berries. So I'm in here cleaning this off, and I also get a lot of what you want to call them, maybe shoots that grow from these, okay, that I sell every year. And this has been my biggest year. I've made quite a bit. I usually only make about $200 a year. I'm way past that this year, and I still have plenty more plants. So and I still have, when I start to clean this out, the other day, just cleaning that out right there, I got eight more plants to sell. Nice size ones. I mean, they're grown up, you know, nice size. Not little bitty things, but nice size. And I think I got some more up in here. I thought I saw some more. But I do have some things planted in here, so I got to be careful when I clean this out. But anyway, the blackberry is another berry that's like full of vitamins and vitamin C. It's got a lot of minerals in it. What they call manganese is in it. It's high in fiber. It boosts your immune system, brain health. I mean, there's all kind of great benefits. You can do your research on these berries, but so far these berries I'm talking about, they're easy to grow. I've had berries on everything this year. Now, even the stuff that was new plants for their first year in the ground, I did get berries off. Even my blueberries, this was the first year I had planted them, first year I had them. I mean, I probably got me a couple of gallons of berries this year. I was really shocked that I got as many, because, you know, in the past I've always tried to grow blueberries and never could, and it was because I was buying the wrong variety. Because when you get the big box stores around here, they just buy whatever and they ship it all around the country. They're not even really concerned that, oh, this zone grows this and this zone grows that. And so I was buying blueberries that wouldn't even grow here. Don't get cold enough here. So anyway, all right, to get back on track. So that's number 5. That's number 5. It's a blackberry. They grow very easy. And I have the ones with the thorns. They do have a thornless one if you're concerned about that. I find that the thorns is not a problem. I don't get all stuck up when I'm trying to pick berries. And I'll put a link to a video in the description of how I pick my blackberries. And very easy. And I'm going to tell you, I know people that have thornless berries that they don't get nearly as many berries because the birds get to them a lot easier than the birds can get to mine, because the whole purpose of the the thorns is to protect the fruit, and so I experienced that. So I get a lot of fruit, and so that's 5 berries I got growing so far. Now I got 2 more on my homestead here. Now you might hear the fan blowing. I got the fan blowing in the greenhouse, and you're gonna hear the ladies. They hungry, and I got their food draining right now. But right here is my strawberries, and so there was a time, actually back there, I had a bed, and I was up to 52 plants, you guys, and we've been doing pretty good with the strawberries, and really was going to get my great year that was coming up. I was going to get a lot more, not being conscious of what I was doing. I had let my chickens out to free range a little bit. By the time I came back out, they had jumped in my strawberry patch, and they ate they ate them up, they dug them up, they ate the roots and everything. So anyway, I started some new strawberries. So what I did last year was I had an elevated bed right here that I just removed it, and I planted 12 strawberry plants, and I said, well, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna help them to reproduce. So I would pull the fruit, or I would let the fruit sit on it, because if you let the fruit sit, the plant will think that it did its job and it's finished. So I did that, and then I would let the runners keep going, and any runners that were falling out, I would put them up in there and let them grow. So I wound up with when I cleared out this elevated bed, it was a little bit smaller than this, really. I wound up having like 130 plants, and so this is 40 of them, and I got about another 25 or so in the greenhouse that I got to put somewhere, and then a bunch of them died on me from the transplant. But I was incredible. For 12 plants, it multiplied that way. So what I'm gonna do this year with them is the runners, I'm gonna let them go, and when they start to root, they get this little root, and I can show you that. I have a video where I was showing that on the strawberries. But the little knee that when it starts to turn up, and it's gonna settle down and actually make another plant. When it gets those roots, you can cut that and stick that in the mud. So I'm gonna let it get to that point, cut them off, but I'm gonna cut them off. I'm not gonna let them turn into whole plants attached to the mother plant, okay? Because I want to start getting a bunch of strawberries. We buy a lot of strawberries, so I really want to grow a lot of berries. This is only 40 plants, and I plan on really, you guys, doubling this and even tripling it if I can, if I have the space. Okay, I can make space for another section just like this. This is 10 gallon buckets, and I got 4 plants in each one. And I could make another one easy and have 80 plants growing, you know. So anyway, that's another one. The strawberry. There's another one that's just packed with all kind of nutrients and vitamins and fiber. One thing about the strawberry, it's a fat-free, sodium-free, cholesterol-free, low-calorie food. It really is, and it's good for you. It's real good for you. It's a great source of potassium and manganese. It's just chock full of antioxidants, and just things for your heart, for your brain, for your skin, for your immune system. It's just these berries are just really, 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 really good for you. Now, so that makes berry number 6, and so berry number 7 is something I just recently purchased, and I haven't had any yet, but it's the goji berry. And I got me 2 plants, one here and one there, and I got them when there was little bitty things in a 4-inch pot, and then I put them into 1-gallon pots and grew them for a little while, and then I put them in 3-gallon pots and let them grow, and then they lost all their leaves, and I thought, well, God darn, they died on me. But I just let them sit. I had them sitting in the garden over there. I just left them alone, and then all of a sudden, leaves started coming back on one of them, and then one of them was full of leaves and the other one had no leaves. And I was like, wow, well, at least one of them survived. And then all of a sudden I started seeing green come out. And so now this is like in the summertime, you guys. Now, I don't know how these things actually work. I mean, I would think they're deciduous and they're going to lose their, they're going to go dormant in the fall and the winter. But it almost like they went dormant not that long ago. And maybe that was all from the transplant. I don't know. But they're going to stay in these buckets for a while. If it gets to the point where we don't move and we have to stay here, because that's always a possibility, I will take them out of these pots and put them in the ground, because these are going to be nice size. They're going to grow into nice size trees, bushes, that I think they will outgrow this pot eventually. And but anyway, so I'm hoping that this next season coming up in the spring and all, I'll be getting some goji berries, and I'll show you about all of that when I get them. But goji berries is another one that's really potent, full of important nutrients and antioxidants. They're good for your immune system, just like all the other berries. So this one I got on my little homestead, guys. There's 7 berries I'm growing here. Now the goji berry is the newest one for me, but all the other ones I have experienced berries off of. They're very easy to grow. Not a whole lot of maintenance on them. A little bit on the blackberries. You got to cut out all the old canes, and even with the blueberries, you got to prune them. You know, if you don't prune them, they just keep getting taller and taller, and all your fruit gets at the top, because you don't get blueberries on last year's growth, just on the new growth. So every time, if you would just you get it to a height where you want it, you cut it down every year and let it grow. They grow about 3 to 4 feet a year, and let them grow and put the berries on the new growth. Keep it in your in the reach where you ain't got to get up on a ladder to get your berries. And but it's really not hard to keep up with or to maintain at all. It's pretty good. So I'm in search of some more berries, you guys, that will grow good in my zone. I'm in zone 9A, and just looking for other berries. I found some. I got some growing in the back, but they're just they're not perennials. I thought they were. I thought they'd come back year after year, and they don't. They were just one-time thing. So I'm not even getting those anymore. I'm looking for something that, you know, I'm looking for something that comes back year after year after year after year. It keeps giving you fruit, keeps giving you berries, and that's why I encourage you to grow trees and grow berry bushes, because that's food that you'll get every year. And it's you know, it's a lot easier, you guys, a lot easier than gardening, growing trees and bushes. A lot easier than gardening. And I'm not trying to tell you don't garden. I'm all for that. I believe you ought to do it. You ought to grow your own food. But I'm just trying to let you know that it's so easy. You can get the tree planted. You only have to fertilize it twice a year, pretty much. And you know, you get them going, and it's 3rd and 4th year. You're going to be getting fruit like crazy on it. I got my peach tree right back here. This year that just passed, I had over 250 peaches on this thing. I mean, I couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe it. I mean, I saw them all, but when I started picking them and I was counting, 250. We actually brought inside 150, and the other 100, they had something wrong with it, like a bug, a bird might have ate on it, or it had a bug getting in it, or they split or something like that. And I was feeding that to all my quail and my chickens and all, and they were loving it. Now that 250, I stopped. I had more than that. That's why I say over 250. I just didn't feel the need to keep on counting how many peaches I had. It was incredible. Now, the branches were way all the way out to the swing. They were down, hitting the ground. I really chopped this tree down. But this fall, I'm going to prune it some more. I'm going to clean out the whole middle of it. And when I go to do that, I'll even show you guys what I'm doing pruning the peach tree. But man, I recommend trees and berry bushes. So I don't want to get into talking to the trees, because this video is about the berries. I grow 7 berries on my little homestead in the city, and they're all pretty much easy to grow. The goji berry I'm not real familiar with yet, but they're pretty hardy for what I saw. how they went through the transplant, lost all their leaves, and then everything came back. So they're a pretty hardy plant. So I would highly recommend it. And when you read up on it, I mean, all the benefits of it is incredible. And you can study up on all these berries. It's just incredible, all the benefits, all the nutrients, the minerals, and everything that it does for your body. And we're living at a time now where you need to add this kind of stuff into your diet. If all you're eating is food that you're buying from the store, you really need to grow some things that you can add into your diet. And berries is a good one. Now, the only thing with berries, though, you're only going to get them once a year, one time of the year. You don't get them all year long. So you got to grow them once your plant gets mature and you get an abundance. Then you need to learn how to be able to preserve some of them so that they don't go bad on you. You're not giving them all away. You're hanging on to them so that you can preserve them, can them, or something, and use them throughout the year to incorporate a little bit of it into your diet. So it will help you with your immune system, which is a big thing that we need right now. You guys, we need to build our immune systems up, make sure our immune systems are up to par to fight off any diseases that might come your way. And so I want to encourage you guys, to check into the berries, check into them, and see what you can grow on your property, and find some places that you get some good sunlight. Now, in the front I was saying I get partial sun, and that's only because there's a lot of other stuff growing around it. If all that stuff wasn't there, I would be getting full sun, because I get a lot of sun in that area. And that's why, even though I get partial sun because a lot of stuff's blocking the sun, I get enough of it coming through, and for a long period of the day, that stuff is still growing over there, thank God. Because I almost thought I wouldn't be able to grow anything there. But things are growing pretty good. And maybe not as big, maybe, I don't really know yet, because I just planted. That whole front yard food forest is just a year old. I just started it last year. It's not even a whole year, or right around a year. And so, it's everything's doing well. And so I just wanted to come on this morning before I fed the chickens and all. I was thinking about it the other day. Man, I got 7 different berries I'm growing on my property. Let me make a video of that, share that. That might be something that might inspire somebody to grow some berries, So, all right, guys. I'm glad you could spend the morning with me. I got a lot to do today, and so I'm going to go on, head out and sign off with this. And I say you guys be blessed, okay? You have a blessed day, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.